What is going on, guys? This is California Cresties back with another video today, and today is going to be a quick video on how to successfully breed crested geckos. And I'm going to be going over diet, like stuff like substrates, temperaments, all that kind of stuff. And if you guys have any questions by the end of this video, feel free to comment down below, and I will get back to you very, very quickly. So, before we get this video totally kicked off, if you guys haven't already subscribed to my channel, you guys should do that, because if you do, you'll never miss a video on future content. I'm going to be getting a lot more future geckos and pickups. I'm going to go to the Sacramento Reptile Expo, and get some definitely get some new pickups from there, and get some awesome stuff to make some more videos on. So yeah. So let's get this video kicked off. So this video is going to be about breeding crested geckos and successfully breeding crested geckos. Because I know there's a lot of people that have posted videos about breeding crested geckos and stuff, but they have went over it pretty brief. I know there's some really well detailed videos out there, but sorry about that, guys. My camera cut out for no apparent reason. But anyways, let's get into this video. All right, so when breeding crested geckos, well, the very first step for breeding crested geckos is that you need a male and you need a female. And the thing with that is, even if you have a male and you have a female, there's a lot of things you need to realize and like know before you could just put them in a cage and hope that the female lays some eggs in like a week or two. So one very important step is to know the weight. The weight is a very important thing, especially with females. Personally, for me, no matter how old they are or how young they are, when I breed them, they always have to be 40 plus grams. And as long as they're 40 plus grams, the female is ready to breed. With the male has to be, personally, I make sure my male is 35 plus grams. If it's like something like 32 or something like that, and it's like showing signs of like wanting to breed with the neighboring cage as a female crested gecko or something like that, then you can also go off that kind of statistic. So another thing with also breeding crested geckos is the season. So there's kind of a big controversy going on of like you can only breed crested geckos certain times of the season, but in my opinion, I have bred them all year round. Not meaning that like I stuck them in a cage for a total like year. I only keep them together for about 2 nights, and then if I don't see any signs, I'll put them in for another 2 nights, a couple days after that, until I do see them like showing signs of you know, like fertilizing eggs and stuff like that. So the season, that is a very big thing going on, that I feel like, at least, that a lot of people say that in the springtime and summertime is like the main time you should breed crested geckos, and you should never breed them in the winter. But the thing is it's all about temperatures and like kind of tricking your gecko into thinking it's breeding season. That's the only thing. It's not like they have been in the wild this whole time or whatever, and like know which is which. So sorry about that. So yeah, that's just a really big thing. Seasons and weight. Okay, so now that I've gone over those, well, another thing with the seasons, I like to keep heat pads under my cages when I notice it starts to get a little cold, and that kind of you know, shows that the temperatures are changing or whatever, and keeps them at a stable temperature the whole time. So now that I've gone over that, another thing I like to do is keep as many females like breeding at the same time as I can, if that makes any sense. Like I won't have just one female breeding during the season. I'll have all my females breeding if they're up to weight and like healthy and all that. So Yeah, I don't try to keep them in the same cage when they're breeding. I breed them at different, during different nights, just so I know, because that can get kind of confusing if you have like a ton of females and a couple males, and when they lay the eggs, especially if you keep them in the same cage and they lay the eggs and you don't know which one's which. So that's also a big thing. Another thing is diet. Diet is a very, very, very important thing for males and females, especially the females, considering that they need a lot of calcium to produce those eggs and maintain a stable, a stable immune system. And so the diet is a very big thing. I feed mine Rapashi Superfoods Crested Gecko Meal Replacement Powder. This is just the 6-ounce bottle. This lasts me probably 3 months, which is very good. And then another thing is, right when I get the bottle, right off the dot, I put a little bit of Repticalcium with D3. That is a very, very, very important step. Focus, camera, focus. That is a very important step. Calcium with D3. Especially with Crested Geckos, especially if you do not have lights on them, or any UVB lights or stuff like that. So that is a very important step. When they're breeding, I like to have food in there every single night. When they're like in the process of in the cage with the male, or also when they're just like producing the eggs in general. I make sure that their food is filled to the top every night. Sometimes they don't finish it, which is another thing, so I usually just clean it out because it's all gross. I clean it out and fill it half the way, and they'll usually finish that. At least I just want to make sure that they're eating and producing healthy looking eggs, which I have had in the past. I have had one of my females laid calcified eggs, and that's that female back there, which you can't see, unfortunately. I'll take her out, or I'll just show you guys. This female right here, she's in her thing. That female-ish. There she is. That female has laid the calcified eggs before in the past, and that is due to not enough calcium in her diet, and just like dehydration and stuff like that. Alright, so now that I've went over all that stuff, I'm going to go quickly over caging requirements. So right here is, I cleaned out my entire cage and I set it up exactly how I would for a breeding setup. Now, a lot of people say that you need tons and tons of plants for the females to get away from the male, but a lot of the times breeders will only have their males and females together for a couple nights, and this is the reason why I have not too many plants. I only have a certain amount of plants. That's because that not only you do want your females to feel like they're safe and secure and they can get away from the male whenever they can, but at the same time you want to get your females fertilized, and that's why I put this amount of coverage in the cage, because I don't want them to just hide the whole entire time, because then you're not going to produce any eggs that way. So I put a big lay box right there, and this amount of plants is perfectly fine, especially with these little paper towel rolls. Those work great. And so that's the reason why I have this many plants in this cage, is just because, you know, like I said, you don't want your females to just be hiding the whole entire time from the male. Sorry, there's a glare. Sorry about that, guys. But you don't want your male to not be able to find your female, or stuff like that. I know they're very active at night. I hear them rustling around in the leaves like almost all night long, especially when they're in together with the males, or with the male and the females. So yeah, but this amount of plants is perfectly fine. But after breeding, I like to double the amount of plants, and make sure you keep that big lay box in the same place, and check it every single time you see the dirt is rearranged itself. Alright, so I've covered quite a bit on breeding in general, so yeah. Another thing is egg incubation. I have my eggs incubating around room temperature, maybe a little bit warmer, because I'm trying to produce a little bit more of the males and females, and there's this stuff called, or this way called temp sexing your animals. I do it like, what's it called? Okay, so when you keep the temperatures warmer, up in like the 70s and low 80s, you're more than likely, that's temp sexing to like a male Crested Geckos. And when you have lower temperatures, the egg gets to it gets to grow and like it just gets to grow and form into a female. And when the temperatures are warmer, it kind of grows the egg faster, and that usually turns into a male. I don't really know the genetics and stuff like that behind it, but that's basically how that works. And when you just have it at room temperature, you know, like 70s, maybe it'll drop down to the high 60s, stuff like that. It's kind of like a win-win situation. You'll get some males and females at the same time. So yeah, that's pretty much this video. I just wanted to make a quick video on breeding in general. If you guys want me to go more into depth about Crested Gecko breeding, I will for sure do that. My male's out. Partial pinstripe Harlequin. He's kind of fired up. Pretty beautiful. He's kind of nippy. But anyways, just wanted to show you him before he goes back to hide. See, like he is now. But anyways, so yeah, that's this video. Please comment, rate, and subscribe for more videos, and leave a comment down below of what you guys want to see from my next video, and I'll for sure do that. Alright guys, this is California Cresty signing out.